say, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. We say double and support and elder agreements and well teachers of apostles in truth. And we say salutations to the Akamot to the pushing the word and no truth and sincerity day in and day out, and the constantly in season and season. We say shalom. Once again, going into our video here in this basically touching upon this upgraded news about Elon Musk and his Neuralink, right? So it says Elon Musk says the first Neuralink patient can now control a computer mouse with their thoughts. Now, if you could go back to when the first information came out about Neuralink, now there was a couple of stuff that came out about these things. I remember, like in the early 2020s, that's when the first announced, I believe, or first said that they was looking for human trials and so forth. And you heard like celebrities come on to say that they would give it a try and all these things. And recently, the last year, you heard someone took it, right? Now we know outside here right now there's so much stuff going on when it comes to so much stuff going on right now about the chips and all these things, because there are so much companies implementing the systems with the chips. In order to come inside of the business to use the stuff, you have to be using those chips. There are companies out there doing that. Right now you're seeing how they're making the world cashless. We're going into what they would call a cashless society, which eventually will go down to the road of these things becoming more mandatory, right? Every day you see the cash, the paper dollar, it's going on a drop, a crash, and will eventually bring in these things, which these things are already here, and you've seen it. There's so much information coming out. Elon Musk, some other companies, showing their own, how their workers coming into the business, scanning their hands, right, and all these things. No, Elon Musk is what you would consider a high figure in this world. So people would listen, they would abide by the things he doing, right? And believe that the things that he doing, they could trust it and believe in it. So just like I say, Elon Musk says the first Neuralink patients can now control a computer mouse with their thoughts. And it have people outside here will eat that up because they want to become let's call it like cyborgs, cybernetic, these things. They want to be like that, and don't understand that what the plan is from these men, right? And what it is they have in store for you all. And basically, it all goes back straight down to the scripture, which talks about in Revelation 13, the MOTB, the mark of the beast. Now, I'm going to just read that scripture here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 14. I read from verse 5. It says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? It says, he shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense for his wickedness. It says, and if he do it good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness." And that is the thing. No, it may be looking like it's something good. You understand? Because how they was promoting it will tell you about the health, your inner health problems. As it say here, it have you moving things with the thoughts, all these things. But as stated in the scripture, it say, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. He will declare his wickedness. So at the last he would understand why it is they was making these things, why it is they was doing these things, and why it is the Lord, told us not to take these things. And that's the first thing should come to your mind. The Lord told us about something that would come, right? That they would try to implement in your head, in your hand, matter of fact, anywhere in your body, right? You read this and you will understand why it is the Lord said not to take these things, right? And if you do take it, your judgment you receive nonetheless. But these men, there's nothing good coming out from these guys. It's always some other motive that they have, and it usually goes down the road of what? Wickedness. That is what the scriptures say. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. And you got to understand why it is these men putting these kind of things into people's bodies. Why it is they're doing these tests, and why it is they're actually implementing it implementing it right now, right? Why it is they doing these things? Why it is they creating the artificial intelligence to be more upscale and all these things? That would say, as the scripture say, at the last he will declare his wickedness, so you will see. It's not to benefit majority of these people, even in the common boards. They believe these things to benefit them. It's not for you all. It's to have you all under control, nonetheless. But soon you're going to see why it is you're not supposed to be trusting these men. But you all abide and listen to these men because of what? The money, nothing else. You all don't care how they get the riches, how they continue to be rich, right? Because they get the stuff by deceit. So if you know these people get it in by deceit, why would they take something that they are bringing to control it, to put in the side of any matter of fact? And it's not Elon Musk alone. There are many, many other companies, many other businesses, organizations that actually doing these things. The paper dollar is on the way out. We come into that cashless society, and something would have to replace the cash. And you have seen what they have been promoting over the years to replace the cash. So this person say, why did he not implement the chip in himself? Right? And again, as the scripture say, at the end, you will see. Let's jump to the next scripture here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10. It said, never trust an enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And you gotta understand that these men, they are not your friends. These men always have their agenda set forth. This is why they be doing these things. This is why they be pushing all these things. So why, as the scripture said, never trust an enemy, because that is what these people are, our enemies. Especially when it comes to you all Jakes. You always realize these men are not your friends. They are literally enemies. Right? Literally enemies. Let's go down some of these comments here. Alright, so continuing to say, verse 11, it said, though he humble himself and go crouch, and yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. So it says take good heed and beware of him, because that is what you have to do. You could never, these men again, who you could move come on to say, well, can now control the computer mouse with their thoughts. It sounds so good. You could move things with your thoughts. You could, because one of the ways that they was actually promoting this Neuralink is that people who have it's people who paralyzed and who missing limbs and so forth and so on. This could become beneficial for them, because now they could do things with the thoughts, and these things. That should show you how deceitful these guys are, because they have another motive in store. So it's a though he humble himself and go crouch, and yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. And thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away, because again, iron will always rust. No matter what it is, you might try to cover it up with paint and so forth, it will always rust. It's the same way with these guys and the wickedness. They might hide it, they might try to cover it up, but it's always there. Even though they might try to bring something that seems good to you, it's some wickedness that they're trying to instill. You wake up, like they say, you wake up in the world, you wake up and you see this. Elon Musk says that first Neuralink patient can now control a computer mouse with their thoughts. People are wrong here, like, hey, they're celebrating that. That seems like a good thing. When it's not. Right? When it's not. See, you're not supposed to be trusting the enemy and trusting these guys. Let's see. So like this person here, this person, like, if this is a fact, then I'm doing it. That is just to show you these guys. There are people also there that did okay. It's Elon Musk said they would go. That is why, because why the worldly riches that these men have, and they be like, all right, if this man rich, yeah, multi-billionaire, so they could do, whatever it is he bring, whatever it is he say, they go believe. So just come along here. They say, please don't employ me. Instead, I'll help you control him. Nice one, sir. Let's do it. So it a lot of people agreeing with him, right? They don't understand what it is these guys have set forth for them. And matter of fact, taking these kind of stuff, your judgment to receive from the Lord, right? But this will show you how nice the wicked, right? How nice the wicked will come to say things to make you, to appease you, yeah, and so to make you take the things that they bring. You can move. Now you can move. The first person that had the Neuralink, they can move. They can control a computer mouse with the thoughts and these things. Sounds good, but it's not. I'll bring a scripture here. This is the book of Psalm chapter 28, verse 3. It says, draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. So yeah, so mischief is in that is all it is with these guys. That's mischief. There's nothing good going to come out from this, and nothing good coming out. Again, just go through history, right, and watch the track record of Esau. And look and see if anything that they have brought was ever good. It was promoted to be good, look nice, but it's not. Because from a wicked man, he could only get one thing, wickedness. And that is what these guys are going to do with these kind of stuff. So once again, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. We say the man apostles and elders, great Muslim, well teachers, apostles in the truth. And we say salutations, solely I can say pushing the word and no truth, and sincerity day in and day out, and constantly in season and season. We say Shalom.